Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, Nafil sir. Pratik this side. How are you,
Yes,
sir?
I'm good, sir.
Okay. Sir, you want to talk to me? Like Deepan said to me, actually there was network problem and I'm outside. So you want to say anything?
No, sir. No, sir. I did not want to say anything, sir.
Okay, okay. Is everything is right, sir?
Yes, sir. From today
Okay,
onwards, class was from 3:30 onwards. I
okay,
already informed Somesh, sir. So
okay, sir. Okay,
I informed the class yesterday.
okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, students. So shall we come to the session now? So let's start working, students, on today's class as strategy canvas. So students, these models, what we are doing now is essentially important in order for you to get the application, because students, whenever you read the theory, your mind goes into mostly the theory side. So in order to become more application oriented students, you need to be able to learn the strategy canvas. So it is a very important model that many businesses use for their survival. So students, if you do not mind, what we will do now is let's start with the applications. So strategy canvas is a very, I can say, important model, because if you see, students, it gives you the overall understanding of what you can do next, what you can do next. So students, I will just work out with you. If you do not mind, students, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box? If you can hear my voice, students. If you can hear my voice, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box? Thank you very much, students. Thank you very much, students. Thank you very much. Students, I believe everything is fine from your end as well. So thank you. So the first thing, let's start working, students. Thank you very much. Okay, now it's not so difficult, students. So I'll just guide you. Just give me a minute, students. Okay. Students, this model is not there in your study text actually, but this model is the critical model that every student should be knowing in order to do the strategy canvas very well. So students, coming into the first thing, that every organization should know how their revenue inflows are. Now students, before you start a business, you should always plan on how you earn money. Now students, if you do not mind, can you please tell me, students, for our company, if you look at here, that is, what is the name of our company, students? Our company's name is Cushy. So for Cushy, students, can you please tell me what should be the revenue inflow? Can you tell me, students, how are they making money? Students, how are they making money? Clearly, it is sales of shoes. That is very clear, sales of shoes. Now, students, let's do the segmentation part as well. Now, what are the types of sales of shoes that is required? So, shall we start working on that, students? Yes or no? Yeah, we can start working. So, sales of shoes. One is what, students? Casual, what, students? Casual wool shoe. Agree, no, students, if I'm not mistaken? Casual wool shoe. Then we have Casual, what shoe, students? Casual. After wool, what is the next one, students? Casual, casual wool, and the casual wood, I think, right? If I'm not mistaken, students. Yes or no? Casual wood shoe. And then, students, after casual wool, casual wood, then we have something called what, students? Uh, if I'm not mistaken, hill shoes, if I'm not mistaken, hill shoes on the performance side. And then, students, the other one is flat shoes. If I'm not mistaken, what shoes, students? Flat shoes on the performance side. So I just want to make sure, students, are you clear with these shoes ranges, what is mentioned, students? Are you clear with the ranges of the shoes, what is mentioned, students? Yes or no? So these are the things. And students, can you remember they have some category, basic, allied, I can't remember. What are the three, students? Can you recall that? Now in the performance shoe, they have three varieties. What are the three varieties, students? If you do not mind, can you please tell me, students? One was basic, if I'm not mistaken. You can quickly look at the notes of yesterday's class, students. One was basic, then what is the other one, students? If I'm not mistaken, can you please tell me? One was basic, then what was the other two, students? You can please tell me, students. One was basic, one was allied, if I'm not mistaken. One was allied, one was allied. I'll just take it to the pre-scene here, students. Sorry, regular, basic, regular, allied. So the other one is regular. So you need to remember these things, students, because you are the finance officer working in this organization. So before moving forward, students, we need to always check how much revenue that is coming from. So students, next thing. Now I want to ask you a question, students. Next thing is what are the cost for us? Students, cost structures, because when you target your revenue, you need to also manage your cost. Cost structures is anyway manufacturing, because whatever said and done, manufacturing, we have a cost. Designing, we have a cost, but they have not mentioned that. Did you observe that, students? Designing, we have a cost, but it was not mentioned. Can you remember that, students? Yes or no? Designing, we have a cost, but it was not mentioned. Can you remember that, students? Yeah, it was not mentioned, students. It was not mentioned. Then, students, can you tell me the other ranges of cost structures, please, if you do not mind? So this is one. Then can you remember, students, the major cost of our business is raw material. And can you remember, students, the raw materials are yarn. Then the other thing was what, students? Rubber pellets, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. And composite sugarcane, or sugarcane composite, or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, students. So if you do not mind, students, can you please get a Y in the chat box, because these are the costs. Then we have the cost of the craftsman, if I'm not mistaken, craftsman cost, because we don't call them laborers, we call them craftsmen. Keep that in mind, students. So manufacturing cost, raw material cost, craftsman cost. And then, students, then the next thing we do have here is after the craftsman cost. Sorry, my spelling was wrong. I'll just correct it. Craftsman cost. Then after the craftsman cost, we have the next cost. Example, distribution cost, if I'm not mistaken, students, because distribution cost we do have to incur. Then we have online retail domain cost, because online retail store, it's our own. So we need to pay the domain fees, domain cost. Okay, and then, students, app domain cost, because for Google Play Store, everything you need to pay money, or else they won't publish your app there. So I believe, students, you are getting this application of this very clearly. So before moving forward, any other questions you like to tell me, you can tell me, students. If you are fine with that, students, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box? So if you see the cost structure and the revenue structure, when you start your own business, first thing you need to check how much money you will be getting. What are the costs? Now you go to any hotel in India, small shop, food shop, they don't do accounting, they do single entry accounting. When you pay bill, they put it and they punch it in one thing, paper chit, they keep it. So that is the understanding there. Now, students, if you observe customer segments, so if you do not mind, shall we break down the customer segments that are generating revenue for us. If you do not mind, shall we break down the customer segments that are generating revenue for us, students? If you do not mind, shall we break down the customer segments that generates revenue for us? If you do not mind, students. So can you please tell me, students, who are our customers? Can you please tell me who are our customers? One is, if I'm not mistaken, fitness for, I can say fitness for hobby. They do it at a continuous basis. Then the stylish youth, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, no, students? Yes or no? And students, their age category is 16 years. 16 years to how much, students? 16 years to, if you do not mind, it's almost 60 years, right? If I'm not mistaken. You are getting that application very, very well. And also, students, another thing is they did not mention male or female. So I can say it is unisex. That means both male and female. Male and female, both male and female can use the product, can use the product, can use the product, can use the product. And the other one is environmentalist, if I'm not mistaken, because environmentalists may like their products. Why? Because students, 100% what, students? 100% recyclable and natural. 100% recyclable and natural. Students, this is the critical point here. 100% recyclable and natural, because if that is not there, students, what will happen? It will be a major issue for us. So environmentalist. Okay. Now, students, even that is done. Now, let's see the customer activities. Customer activities. So, actually, students, if you see, we need to do some custom activities. So, one activity we have done at the moment is we have produced and communicated that the product is environmentally friendly. That the product is environmentally friendly. Students, I believe that is very clear from your side, that the product is environmentally friendly. Just keep that in mind, students. The product is what, students? Environmentally friendly. And another customer activities is, students, we would have taken feedback from online stores, because frankly speaking, feedback from online stores, that we specifically say as ratings. Students, even Apple iPhone doesn't have 5-star rating. You need to agree with that, students, because you can't have a product with 5-star rating. If your product is having a 5-star rating, that means your product is a very new product. Only very new product with very few consumers will have a 5-star rating. I believe that application is clear for you at the moment, students. If you are fine with that, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box, students? If you are fine with that, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box? Thank you very much, students. Thank you very much, students. Thank you very much, students. Thank you very much. So, students, the next thing what we are going to do after this is going to be, students, feedback from online rating. And another custom activities I can generally say is launching products every 2 years. So indirectly, students, can I say they are indirectly making it a limited edition? Students, do you agree with this, students? They are slowly following the limited edition strategy, because students, there are some products which are limited edition products. Are you getting that point of view, students? Yes or no? Are you getting that point of view? Because that is critically important, students. And now the next thing that we need to be specifically focused is the sales channel, because we need to observe the sales channel. One is own retail store. That means we have their own shop, own retail store. The other one is what, students? Online store. After online store, the other one is going to be what, students? One is own retail store. Then they have online store. Now 20 retail stores they have at the moment. And then they have the mobile application, mobile app. And then I can generally say digital media, if I'm not mistaken, students, because Digital media is also something that is growing at a faster pace. So these are the main sales channels they do have at the moment. So the other factors, let's come to that later. Let's initially do this properly. So any questions on the sales channel, students? Any questions you have on the sales channel, you can ask me, students. If you are fine with that explanation, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box, students? If you are fine with that application, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box, students? Thank you. Thank you very much, students. 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 Okay, now I will come to the next one, students. It's not so complicated. After the customer segment, the next one is going to be the key partners. The next one is going to be what, students? The key partners with us. So the key partners at the moment, students, we do not have any partnership with any other businesses, but I will tell you, our designers, if you see, designers is almost like a key partner. Then students, our research and development, because we need to have a research and development, because students, our products are recyclable. And then students, I can say environment organizations for certification. For what, students? For certification. Get that understanding of that very clearly. Organizations, environment organization for certification. So key business. So, but we do not have any partnership with anyone at the moment, students. But these are the main things that we have. Now, students, if you observe our key activities, if you observe, students, that is our manufacturing process. Manufacturing process, as they are telling, that we have a long manufacturing process. And then, students, we have a very good, I can say, quality checkup. If I'm not mistaken, quality checkup we generally have. And the other thing is, students, fast growing due to digital disruption, fast growing due to digital disruption, due to digital disruptions, digital disruptions. Then students, the next one is going to be key resources. If you see here, now key resources is not so complicated element. So in the key resources, what we have to do, it is a very simple one. The first thing on key resources is a very basic idea. In that basic idea, what I want to specifically say is, one key resources we generally have is naturally sourced items. Example like wool, example like wood, all these are natural. And also, students, our suppliers, if you do not mind, I forgot that they are our key partners. Suppliers, in I can say, it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was South America, right? Suppliers in South America. Now, if you see that, students, it is clearly giving you the idea. And then we have suppliers in Asia also, if I'm not mistaken. So they have that world economic accreditation, if I'm not mistaken. There is a world economic accreditation. That means they are generally having a accreditation. So that gives you a very high level of credibility in the market. So naturally sources, items like wood, everything. And another key resources is 100% or recyclable. So that is again one thing. Now, students, coming to the value creators. Now, if you generally see, I'll guide you later. So if you see, students, I will just make this as green color. So this area, I will write it in green so that you get the understanding that this is cash inflow. Now, if you see, in order to get this green amount, what you need to be specifically doing is, in order to get the green correctly, it's very simple. You need to do this light green. So I'll make it little light. This light green activities must be there. Then only, students, your green will be darker. And the cost structure, what I will do is, students, these are cash outflow. So you already know these are what, students? These are cash outflow. These are cash outflow. So I will specifically make it as a red color. And then, students, if you want to get cash outflow, you need to manage it very, very well. So what I will do is I'll just make it as a light theme color. Now, students, every business, any business can easily have a good revenue stream. Any business can easily have a strong cost structure. But the difference is here is value creation. We say as a value proposition. We generally say as a value proposition. So the value proposition is, I can say here, is 100% natural, 100% recyclable, if I'm not mistaken, students, 100% recyclable. And then students, I can generate on stylish, comfortable, good design. So effectively, students, if you see, this section is the most critical section for an organization to be really, really successful in its working environment. So students, you take this down for the moment, please. Can you please take this down for the moment, please? This is very, very important, students. Can you please take this down for the moment, please?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I think that we launch a new design twice a year.
Correct. I think I have mentioned it every 2 years, correct? Here, every 2 years. Once in 2 years. Any questions?
But sir, we launch a new design twice a year.
Correct. 2 times a year. Twice a year means 2 times a year. New product design will be given once in twice a year. We don't put two products at the same time. Can someone guide on that, please? If I'm not mistaken, because we don't take 1 year. If I am not mistaken, every 2 years only we produce, if I am not mistaken.
Page number 11 under design and prototype, first line.
Okay, sorry. Twice a year. Thank you for that. Sorry on that. Students, any other questions you can ask? Please take this down for the moment, students. Once you have taken it down, we can go for a break. Let's go for a break at 4 o'clock. We have 2 minutes time. And then we will update this strategy canvas on the future as well. Okay, so students, let's go for a 5 to 7 minutes break, 5 minutes break, and then let's develop this. Thank you, students. Hello students, I'm back to the class. So students, if you do not mind, if you can hear my voice, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box, students? If you can hear my voice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Students, now what we will do is, let's think about the updates, how we can maximize the revenue. So one is sales of shoes. Now students, instead of sales of shoes, can there be socks? Can we sell socks? Can we sell socks? Natural socks. Possible or not possible? Students, can I asking you a question? Thank you. We can also sell joggers. What about apparels? Students, is it possible for us to sell apparels? Yes, high chance that we can sell apparels as well. So students, just asking from you, if you are fine with this, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box, students? If you are fine with this, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box? Because there are ample amounts of moving out of this business, students. And also students, we can also sell example sports equipments. If we want, we can go to sports equipment as well. High level chances are there, students. So just keep in mind that is critically important. Now students, coming here on the cost structure. So if you observe the cost structure, students, if you clearly see, it's not so complicated. It's very easy and very simple as well. So if you see, the cost structures can improve even further. Example, I can say is new product line. There can be a new product line. If I'm not mistaken, students, I'll make it even better. This doesn't look clear. I think this is good one. New product line. There can be new product line, for example, students, if I'm not mistaken, correct? And for the students, there can be example, another cost structure that can increase is outsourcing. Students, we can reduce it by outsourcing as well. Yes or no, students? Makes sense or doesn't make sense? I believe this makes a lot of sense here. So any questions you have, you can ask me, students. And anything that you like to share also, you can share at the moment. Anything you like to say, you can let me know. Anything that you like to share also, you can share with students. So now coming into the next one, that is the customer segment. Can we go for clothes? Yes, I have mentioned here, apparels. Customer segment, if you see, students, currently we are operating in KLM only, if I am not mistaken, and Europe only. Agree, no, students? Yes or no? So can there be a situation of expansion to other continents? Can there be a situation of expansion to other continents, students? Possible or not possible, students? Yes or no? High level chances, right? So the customer segment can become even wider. And for the students, we can target more customer segments. We can target more customer segments as well. So customer activities, if you observe in this case, students, customer activities. Now currently we are communicating all these things to them. But what one activity that we can give for them is after sales service. After sales service. Another activity that we can do is brand ambassador promotion. Like we can take a famous basketball player or anyone to promote the product, students. Brand ambassador promotion. This will give even more valuation for the company, if I'm not mistaken. Yes or no, students? CRM, very good. Customer relationship management. Now, sales channel, we have only this, but there can be a situation, students, as you all told me previously, we can update in mass online stores. Example like Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, students, because Amazon everything is a mass one. Excellent. Another thing is we can also promote CSR activities. CSR activities also can be done. So get this point of view very, very clearly, students. I believe that is fine in this case. Now, students, coming to the next one, that is the key business partners. What we can do in the future is, students, if you want to be even stronger, you can go into franchising arrangement, franchise. You can go into agentship. Agree, no, students, if I'm not mistaken. You can go into agentship. Because if you see, students, agentship will give you more wider market. Distributors, I can write down here, I can say here, authorized distributors, authorized distributors, authorized distributors, authorized distributors. We can go to them as well. Franchise, agentship, authorized distributors. Then we can also sell in supermarkets. We can also sell in supermarkets as well, students. So that is the basic understanding here at the moment, students. Any questions you like to share, you can let me know, students. But these are the partnership arrangement that we can develop in the future in order to do even better production, in order to do even better production in the future. We can go into a detail aspect, students. We can go into a very strong detail aspect, students. So before moving forward, any other questions you like to share, you can let me know, students. So the key activities: manufacturing, quality checkup, fast growing, disruption. But one thing, students, there is a possibility of outsourcing. I believe you agree with me, students. There is a possibility of outsourcing. There can be a situation, of, I can also say, robotic automations. You can go to robotic automations as well. Robotic automations, high level chances, students. Robotic automation. And key resources: naturally sourced items, wool, recyclable. And then I can generally say, in future we can have patents. Students, what do you think, students? Patents. Can we have copyright, students? Is it possible to have copyrights also in the future? High level chances, right? So this is the basic understanding of the full strategic canvas what we have at the moment. So students, what I will do now is I want to go for a question and answer session with you all. So students, while observing this, any question and answers you like to share, you can let me know, students. We have done with all the business models at the moment. So currently we need to do a small question and answer session. So I'm waiting for your response so that we can start working on the question and answer session. So students, please be kind enough to let me know any question and answers that you like to share, please. If you're fine with that, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box, students? I'm getting some questions. Okay, no. Why everyone is saying why? Why? So do you discussed about cross training? So anywhere it can be included. Cross training at the moment we cannot include because it's an operation. So I can say here in the key activities we can write down cross training. We can have cross training. That means one department training another department. This is a very important aspect, students, because cross training will always give one person the ability to switch more and more. So that's a good point there. Any other questions, students? Waiting for your understanding and application. Any other questions you have, you can ask me, students. So students, now we are done with the all the models wise analysis. The full analysis of Cushy is over. So hereafter, that means we have almost 1 month time. You can be even forward than me because I have already given you the study packs to you. So I'm getting more value proposition cannot be added. No, at the moment, these are the key main value proposition we have. If you feel any other value proposition, you can tell me. I can generally add to that. But these are the key main features we have at the moment. We did not go through any other things in detail. So these are the three main things we have at the moment. Thank you. So students, take a printout of this, keep it in your study table, very important. So I believe my induction training session is over on Cushy. So students, now I will give you a 5 minutes break and then let's go into the LMS of our classroom and the CGMA LMS as well. So you can go for a break, students. Okay, students, I'm back to the class. So now what I will do is I'll just guide you on your LMS platform. So can I quickly get a Y in the chat box, students, if you are able to hear me? Thank you very much. Students, do you see this LMS of CIMA? So this is the operational level, students. So you need to be able to do all these things. Students, have you ever gone through this, if I'm not mistaken, students? Students, this dashboard, can I get a Y in the chat box? Are you going through this? Thank you, Yashwant. Thank you, Javel. You need to go through all these articles, how to produce case study answers. They have mentioned everything on how the answers are corrected. Because students, now if you observe, this is a very good, I can say, a document actually. So 5 things to know. So you must be able to go through this very well, so that you will understand how the examiner thinks the students wanted to have. It's a directly article given by the examiner. Students, the resource library. So can I quickly get a Y in the chat box? Now if you see, students, you need to get the understanding very clearly that now, due to this issue of my working hours being different from your class hours, you're free actually in the morning, or I can say for 30 minutes, or sometimes I finish the class early as well. Because the main reason I finish the class sometimes early is because your bus will be waiting for you to take over. So in that time, when you get extra time, my suggestion is, please, again, I'm repeating with the term please go through all these answers, all these documents as much as possible. This will take you to the next level and you're not wasting a single hour of time. So students, coming to the next one, that is our classroom. Now students, if you observe, I'll just show you our classroom as well. So the students who are not used to this will be able to get the understanding. So students, if you see our classroom, Tread Cushy, so you will get all the Zoom invitation in advance. And also students, this is how our classroom has been aligned. So students, I'm just asking from you a basic understanding. If you have any questions, any doubts in this, you can let me know. But this is the effective way of our classroom, students. Students, any questions, any doubts you do have, you can ask me, students. But this is the effective way of our classroom, because I have uploaded everything, whatever that is needed. So you can go through all these things. Any questions you have, you can ask me, students. Students, are you familiar with the classroom? Yes. Thank you very much, students. Now the LMS is also clear. The classroom is also clear for you. So that is more than enough, students. So students, now I will give you some more materials as well. You can use it. But now students, what I want to just guide you is the paper structure. Because students, now we are going to learn the theory plus application and the paper structure. So students, paper structure, I wanted to say this exam paper consists of, I'll write down here, 4 questions, 25 marks each. 4 questions, 25 marks each. Effectively, it will be totaling up to 100 marks. So students, you need to get used to that 45 minutes rule. Because students, you should come to the stage where you apply the answer within the time frame of 45 minutes. And students, if you want to pass the examination, If you see this 100 marks, they will mark it and they will multiply it by 1.5 and they will make it 150 marks. So I just want you to make sure, students, at the end of the day, 150 marks they will do. So in the examination, I want to test students of this 45 minutes rule. The next question I wanted to say, next question I wanted to say is, you need to refer the past papers. You need to refer the past papers, including as a teacher, I refer the past papers. Why should I tell you lies? You need to refer the past papers. So students, all the past papers have been mentioned here. So you need to go through that. That is critically important. And then students, there is a very, very important thing that I wanted to share with you is the application of these students. That is, in the reference material, you have the study text. All the study text is there, students. Okay, E1, P1, F1, the full study pack is there, just for your understanding. And then after the study pack, students, you have this one, which is very, very important, the co-activity table. And then you have the subject mapping, and then how to write the examiner's answers. So these are already there, students. So you need to make sure that you are able to do these things in advance as well. So before moving forward, students, any questions you have, you can ask me, students. If you are fine with that, can I quickly get a Y in the chat box, students? Because this is the alignment today that we are going to work out, students. And this co-activity table is a compulsion that you need to download that, students. So students, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to do question-based analysis. So since we do not have time, because I want to take it very smoothly and do it, we can do it. And for the time you have in advance, please read the article, students. Key resource library. Go to the resource library, go through all the answers, students. Please go through all the answers. May 2021 preparation webinar. You can go through that. Past students, common mistakes. Students, are you understanding what I'm saying here? Yes or no, students? Are you getting the clarity of these, students? Any questions you have, you can ask me, students. If you're fine with that, you can put Y in the chat box. So students, now we have an open question and answer session. If you want to ask any questions, please do ask, students. Any questions for the day? Students, any questions for the day? If you are fine, you don't have any doubts, you can put Y in the chat box. And anytime, whenever you feel a doubt arising, you can contact me anytime, students. Thank you. So students, since we are done with all the analysis part, please read the articles in the key resources area and please complete the competencies. So I will meet you tomorrow at the same time. So thank you very much, everyone, for
Excuse
your
me, sir.
time. Yes, please.
Sir, I dropped a question in the chat box.
I read some subtask in OCS examination. That's good. It's always good to read the subtask in the OCS examination because it
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I was asking about that. Is there going to be any subtasks? Because in an article I read about it, that there are going to be some subtasks.
Subtask means part A, part B.
Okay.
You can check the past papers. So I'll just show you what is subtask so that it is very clear for you all. So subtask means nothing, students. Now, if you see, I told you, you need to go through the past papers. Past papers are like your life saviors, I can say. So I'll just take you to the accelerate. So you have the full post-examination guide. Now I will just show you, students, in this full post-examination guide. It's a 300-page document. I will take you to the page number 32. So here, see, number of task 1, number of subtask is how much? 2. Number of subtask is 3. Are you getting what I'm saying? Subtask means in the full question, part A, part B, part C. So if you see here, this bullet point is one subtask. This bullet point is a subtask. Are you getting that point of view? Is it clear for you? Can I get a Y in the chat box, please? If the subtask doubt was clear. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Students, again telling there is no restriction. Whatever the method you use, you pass. You pass. That is the only requirement I need from you. I will do the best to encourage you and support you. I will never discourage you. Even if you don't like me, I will never discourage you. So don't take it anything. So this one has 3 subtasks. 1, 2, 3 subtasks. So get this point of view very, very well. So students, what we will do now is we can end up the session if you do not have any questions. Still, I will wait for some question. I'm just waiting for why. If you do not have questions, please put why, students. If you have questions, please ask me. I'm sorry in the case of I missed your question. You can quickly unmute and let me know as well. Thank you. So thank you very much, children. So we will meet together tomorrow. So let's come to the application side tomorrow. Take care, students. Good evening, everyone.